Okay, getting into the practice here. All right, thank you so much for joining today in the Resurrection and Rebirth 30 days to Easter and day 26. And see, my day started a little earlier than most of your days, probably. So I had some time to prepare, and that's lovely. So that works out really well. So I'm happy that you join. One thing that came to me is a meditation. I'm going into the book of Joel, this one, like The World is New. And I found a meditation that I would love to pray with you or be still with you. And that's the thing that we're going to start with. It's an activity to quiet down, to come into say mellow place inside yourself where say everything is possible suddenly. And so there's more. Come on in. And this place, yeah, come on in. And this place is our place of our withinness, of our stillness, of our like absolute intensely being present without doing anything, just being completely open, like a flower opening to the sun. And that is really the practice today. It's like, yeah, breathe like a flower and breathe and open up to the sun as a flower, and completely letting the sun shine upon you, upon your mind, you could say. And that would be the greatest metaphor to use. And what we're sharing is really beautiful. So that makes it really easy to allow that to happen to you. You know, it's like it's the only place where really something happens, where you're actually fulfilling your function, where you can be happy for no reason, where there's no need and where there's no turmoil or tomorrow or concern. So that's the beauty of that place that we actually are meeting. So let's go there right away. God is the law of the universe. God is the substance of the universe. My oneness with God makes me a law unto my universe, unto my world. God, the indivisible God, is the individual law unto my being through my own state of consciousness. Like I'm literally receiving this within my own consciousness. God is the law of the universe and the substance of the universe. And my oneness with God makes that same law work into my universe, because there's only one universe, unto my world. God, the indivisible God, is the individual law unto my being through my own state of consciousness. It's like, before you forget, God is the law of your universe. God is the law of your universe. In your recognition of the oneness with your Creator, your oneness with God. So this is exactly the invitation for experience, for opening up to. So let's be still with that for a moment. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining in the meditation. And so Nata Lux was the song that we heard. It's like the light that's being born. That's always happening within you. So this is like the meditation is opening up for receiving the light Just like I said in the beginning, just as a flower opens up to the sun, like opening itself completely up, not to miss one little ray of light. And that's a great metaphor, but it's also a practice. And yeah, how can you receive something, for instance, when your hands are full? You can't. So it's like the release of what you're holding on to is essential in this practice. And so we see that yeah, today I had the theme coming up with house cleaning. It is like cleaning your house, you know, cleaning everything that you hold on to, that you still have around, while it's nothing but just memories. And yeah, what you're gonna do? Carry all these memories with you? Why not release them? Why not let everything be new? Like, to enter into a world that is brand new, you need to clean up. That's obvious. Now, whatever way that is coming to you to do that, whatever aspects of your life need a bit of a spring clean, you could say. Yeah, let it happen. Let it happen. I know for myself, like speaking from my own experience, that I had some periods in my life where I really started to prepare as if I was moving. So leaving everything behind, especially, of course, when I went to the US to stay there with Master Teacher, there was a total cleanup. The only thing what was left of my, say, possessions was just like 2 suitcases of stuff, clothes and that kind of, yeah, stuff. So I'm not saying that you should do the same, but what I'm saying is sometimes a cleanup can be really great. Like I know, for instance, the books that I had many books, but I brought them all to some kind of library, and whatever happened with it, it was fine with me. So I didn't take them with me. And the thing that happened was that absolutely nothing was lost. Now I was free of not carrying them with me, which was great. It was a lot of pounds or a lot of kilos. And sorry, and going, say, seeing myself into a whole new surrounding. There was a library with, say, the perfect spiritual books that I really could use very well, to use, not to have. And everything that I needed was always there. So it's like the profession, you're not going to lose by letting it go, because that's the thing that you think. If you live according to your own plan, you have to keep everything together, otherwise you lose what you have. But in, say, the law of the universe, it is like everything you give away will be given back to you in a way that you have no idea how beautiful that is. And so that was the same with my bicycle too. As a Dutchie, I love to drive the bicycle, and selling those, all my possessions, so to speak, and leaving my nets behind. The first thing that happened when I was in the US was that a bicycle came to me from somebody with the same body length as mine, who didn't use that bike anymore. He didn't even live there anymore. He just appeared. And I could ask him, can I use your bike? He said, it's yours, you can have it. So yeah, this is what I mean. It's like one thing after the other. It is, no, you're not going to lose anything by letting it go. No, it can now come back to you in a new form that you will recognize as not of your own. That makes it so incredible, because you're actually, in a very practical sense, you're actually coming in touch with the gifts of the universe, only confirming its relationship with you. With yes, no, there's nothing to lose. No, there's an abundance of everything. But you will not see that if you hold on to your stuff, so to speak. Otherwise, yeah, it cannot be. There's no flow in it. There's no life in it, literally. So that was a great thing to do. and a great example for myself to see that I never ever had to be afraid anymore to leave things behind or to let things go. And see that something new can come to me now because I'm literally open to receive. Now that's a real, say, rebirth moment, which is lovely. Now Joel shares something in one of the talks today. I'm going to share it with you from the website. I kind of like to do that because I'm putting this up, and it's very useful, at least to me. I know I do this only for myself, and if it benefits you, wonderful. But I'm certain of it, that I'm surely doing this for myself. So here it is. It's like, this is house cleaning. From the talk, The Way of Peace. Continued this, the B talk of it, the back side of the cassette. God is not out there in my enemy. God is in the still small voice. He uttereth his voice. When he uttereth his voice, the earth melteth. And so I am listening. I am in quietness, in confidence, just like we did a moment ago. I am at peace. I would hear thy voice. Speak, Lord. Then, when that inner impulse comes, that deep breath, that release, God is on the field as an actual experience, as an actual presence. And you may be assured of this. It has instantly gone out to bless, to heal, to redeem, to resurrect. For it is literally true that this presence within is the power of resurrection. It will resurrect your health, your body, your business. It will resurrect your personal life or your family life. But you must come to the third degree, that place of actual realization of presence. The preparation for it is the purification period in which you change from that human who lives by an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, and let's stone her to death and let's imprison them for punishment or what not. You change from that in the purification process to the person who is living by forgiveness and by praying for those who need prayer. Praying for those who need light and enlightenment. And recognizing that you are the one needing that would be the forgiveness. Like you recognize that you need that needs to come to you. So then you can see your brother anew. So the way of peace. We're going to listen to this. So see where I got my tape here.
Through this practice of the presence of God, a stillness comes to us, such as many of you are feeling now. And in that stillness, we can take the next step, and it is this next step that leads us to the fulfillment of the third degree. When we are able to meditate, to be at complete stillness within, speak, Lord, thy servant heareth. When we have reached that place where the mind is no longer busy with statements of truth or affirmations, but has become a listening post. Speak, Lord. God is not out there in the problem. God is not out there in the whirlwind. God is not out there in my enemies. God is in the still small voice. He uttereth his voice, the earth melteth. And so I'm listening. I'm in quietness and confidence. I'm at peace. I would hear thy voice. Speak, Lord. And then when that inner impulse comes, that deep breath, that release, God is on the field as an actual experience, an actual presence. And you may be assured of this: it has instantly gone out to bless, to heal, to redeem, to resurrect. For it is literally true that this presence within is the power of resurrection. It will resurrect your health, your body, or your business. It will resurrect your personal life or your family life. But you must come to the third degree, that place of actual realization of the presence. The preparation for it is the purification period, in which you change from that human who lives by an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth and let's stone her to death or let's imprison them for punishment or whatnot. You change from that in the purification process to the person who is living by forgiveness and by praying for those who need prayer, for praying for those living, praying for those who need light and enlightenment. And through that purification we are lifted to the third stage, in which this experience takes place within. And thereafter we no longer live by faith. We no longer live by believing there is a God. Now we live by the actual experience of God. Now God has become a living experience, as vital and as real to us as to any of the mystics of old. And when that experience comes, you will understand why the Master could say, God is not to be worshipped in holy mountains, nor in that temple in Jerusalem. For the kingdom of God is neither low here nor low there. The kingdom of God is within you. And then wherever you are, whether you mount up to heaven, whether you make your bed in hell, or whether you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, the place whereon thou standest is holy ground. And from that moment on, you live by grace instead of by power. And this is what is being taught and experienced in some measure in our work in this message of the infinite way. Thank you and blessings.
So we didn't want to miss the blessings of Joel. That's great. So this, now the work begins, you can say. It's like, okay, we have a moment together. We come together to open up to this light, to remember, like, oh yeah, wait a minute, I gotta, oh yeah, now it's not by my doing. I gotta relax and say, be still and listen. Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh, okay, good. So it's like now your day can start. Now it actually begins because of your listening attitude. Otherwise, yeah, everything will be the same as you are used to, running your patterns and programs. And that has nothing to do with reality. So Joel shares here, and that's also interesting to see that. Joel shares here is like, it's about this third degree, and he calls it, is like the actual experience of presence, of communication, of a release that takes place where you see that your consciousness is at this point not the same as it was a moment ago. You're actually experiencing light and love. And now it is like, this is like, okay, that is with you always, absolutely. And can it turn back into darkness? Like, no, that cannot turn back into darkness, but you are, say, distracted sometimes, and you can suddenly find yourself in the middle of limitation, of darkness, of, yeah, it's like, that is still up to you. your mind is continuously, you could say, your mind is continuously creating. So you give it one idea, and there it opens up a door to a world. Now, if that is an inspired extension of the love that you are, wonderful. If it is, say, a hole where you dive into a dark hole where there's limitation, pain, and all of that, you know that that has nothing to do with the truth of who you are. So what I mean to say here is, like, you can have great experiences, wonderful. Now, still, you gotta say, watch what you are thinking, what you're doing, because your mind will not stop to create. It creates situations. When you're afraid, it creates situations that are not real. When you create in the likeness of your Father, of course, you're going to, say, come in touch with the beauty and the abundance of thereof. So this is always good to recognize and to be aware of, because you're literally doing that all day long, and even at night. Your mind does not stop. Your mind continues also at night. So that's what Joel says, that before you go to bed. So take some time to be completely still and focus, literally say, open up to the light again, so that you take that into your sleep. And when you wake up, you will be inspired to start your day, and stepping with the right foot out of your bed, so to speak. So that's great practice. Now today, so this is then the rebirth with Joel, house cleaning. Staying with your practice is what this is all about. So no matter what, you can do as many meetings as you want or read as many books, but in fact it comes down to your practice. And that becomes more and more obvious in your, say, the way that you live your day. It's like, let's not forget that. Oh yeah, let's be still for a moment instead of doing something else. So there's lots of opportunities during the day for the release of your limitations, because that is all not true. You get exactly the experience that you ask for on a moment by moment basis. Now, where is your focus? Where is your mind? Where are you in that sense? Where's your presence? All right, so I'm going to play some music, and thank you for your presence today, and have a wonderful, great, awesome day.